My name's Tyler Mayer. I drive the white 1JZ S13.
My name is Juan Martin. I drive a S13 and it's LS1.
It's first day Pro-Am. I got new tires. They're R compound Federals, and I'm feeling pretty confident for adapting quickly for this qualifying.
We prepped all of the off-season, trying to change the car, make it a little more competitive for doing our first full season of Pro-Am. And we came out here today, started practice, and it went really well. We got a lot more grip in the car, running new R compound Federal tires, which have been running great, but we're just trying to get used to the car and make sure that when we go into qualifying, everything runs smoothly and we get a good position there. We just finished qualifying and went out, did my first run, ended up spinning on the first run, got a 0, and I was a little bummed about that, but went back, waited, kind of looked at the car, made a little adjustment on the suspension, went back out there, ran a little bit of a less aggressive run, and then ended up getting my points, got a 65, so we will be going up against Kevin Walsh in the brackets in the top 33 that we're doing.
My goal for the first run was just to get a rundown and feel the car out, not try to go too crazy. I got a 73, which is better than I thought it was going to be. And then on my second run, it was good, the bank was good, and then coming off the bank, I tried to put it in second and didn't go in the first try. I tried again and went in, and then that was my only mistake I think I made on that run.
So for the top 32, it started to rain, and that was a little unexpected. We had a lot of grip in the car. We got matched up against Kevin Walsh, who has an SR20 S13. Lined up with him, I was leading first, got up to the bank, initiated. I heard him initiate behind me, did my run, but by the time I got to the end of the bank, I noticed he was no longer behind me. So finished my run out, felt pretty good about it, and noticed he wasn't anywhere in sight. I guess he went backwards off the bank, so that was a big 0 for him. He ended up coming back around and did his lead run, and I kind of knew that since I had the advantage there, I didn't need to really get on his door, but I wanted that practice, so I got as close as I felt comfortable without sacrificing anything too much. Ended up winning that battle and moving on to the top 16.
So at top 32, it was raining and we didn't get any sight lap. I threw it in and it floated all the way to the top of the bank. It was kind of scary, but then I managed to get it all the way around.
To start out the battle, I was following him, he was leading. It was starting to dry up from that rain that had happened before, and so it was a little bit patchy. I thought about airing the tires down, kept him at the PSI I was at, followed him through, and right off the initiation I was trying really hard to stay up against his car, but I was starting to feel the loss of grip. So come to my lead run, I did what I normally do. It had started to dry up a little bit more, so I could feel that as I accelerated up to the bank. But right as I initiated, the car kind of stuttered unexpectedly with a little bit of loss of grip, and so I was going slower than I originally intended to go. So that pulled him right up against me, and he stayed on my door the whole way through, down through Power Alley, and coming out of Power Alley, he was literally about to touch my door, which was pretty cool, but that's kind of what I expect from Eddie. He ended up winning that battle, which I was kind of bummed, but I'm glad that he was the person who would have taken me out.
So the top 16, we had Patrick Heald, which is a Pro 2 driver, which was kind of intimidating. So on my lead run, I did what I always do and had a nice high line, and then completed the run, and I looked behind me and he wasn't there, and I guess he blew his motor up, which was unfortunate. And then I got a bye run and got the win. So in top 8, I went against Chase. And last year, round 5, I went against Chase and he beat me, but it was a really good run. It was super close, so I really wanted to beat him this round. I know he's fast and I know he has a high line. So I was right next to him on initiation, and then I think he missed a gear.
He's mad at himself because he missed a gear and he basically zeroed. When? Right there, right before you initiated, you know how you had to slow down? He missed a gear.
So his car slowed way down and he had a bad run. So I knew I had an advantage on the lead run. So I just did a high line, best I could, and completed the run, and I got the win. So top 4, we had Zach, which is another 1J car, which is cool. and I had a really good run. I was right on him, and then he switched around, and I did a lead run, and I messed up between Power Alley, and so I knew I was probably not going to win that one, and I was super upset about myself. And then I went on to the 3-4 battle, the battle for third place. So my 3-4 battle was against a BMW. I don't know much about the car, so I just knew I had to be on his door because during practice I was watching him. He was on a guy's door. I saw it briefly, so I knew I had to throw down. And I feel like that battle was the closest battle I got to somebody, which was a pretty cool feeling. Before they even said who got the win, I kind of knew it was going to be me, so that was pretty cool. God, I'm so stoked! What also helped this season is all the upgrades I did. We did a drift motion turbo upgrade, which is a billet, bigger compressor wheel and a bigger steel exhaust wheel.
We wanted to put more grip into the car, and so a lot of what we did was alignment based, and we kept everything else suspension wise the same and just made a more aggressive alignment, a little bit more toe in, a little bit more positive camber.
And 1050 injectors, and just exhaust little things, oil catch can, electric water pump, which this car never got over 200 today, even in the burnout.
And as far as the motor goes, like I said, we only really did the heads, a fast intake, and the cam, and then we kept everything else pretty much the same. Got a really good tune on it from Drive Autosports. They helped out a ton on that. The car made 412, 399 foot-pounds of torque, which I just say is 400. But that was just enough, I think, to really let me push the car a little bit harder. And with that more aggressive alignment, which we were testing out today, it's going to be a really competitive car this season. I'm really excited for the rest of it.
We have a triple pass radiator that's new this year that this car ran so good. I never have to do a cool down lap unless I'm trying to save tires, but this car is easy to drive, so it makes me look good.